My history with racing games is very hit and miss. The first one I ever played was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on the PlayStation 2. I remember playing it a ton when I was younger and having like this one really stupid song it's like stuck in my head repeatedly every time I would play. The driving felt snappy, the tracks were just visually interesting to drive through and look at the time. But if a game like Legend of K taught me anything, it's that you probably shouldn't go back to some of the games you played when you were younger, because you'll probably find out that you had shit taste in games and that you were like 6 years old and thought that any game was fun. I do want to repeat that Legend of K was not very good. I played a lot more in between Hot Pursuit 2 and now, like Destruction Derby Arenas, Blur, Split Second, literally any Mario Kart game, specifically Wii, and that really weird combat kart game in MK Armageddon, which was a very strange one to say the least. But out of all the racing games I've ever played, only one has truly grabbed me and made me want to understand how cars like work and function past cargo room at high speed. Forza Horizon 4. Now, I've played prior Forza titles as well, Forza Motorsport 3 being the first one, but I never really got into them. They were just too much like simulations, and I could not get into them whatsoever, and I couldn't just get in and have fun right away. The tuning of your car's suspension and all these weird terms like tires, my preteen mind could not do that kind of stuff. I was too busy being a disappointment and playing Street Fighter 4 and spinning the stick like a spaz. More Forza titles came and went from my console, 5 being the only one I didn't play because at some point I just didn't think I'd like them. Then Horizon came out. Horizon was open world, set in a big racing festival of its namesake, and being held in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. I was initially turned off because those big Italian letters reminded me that I will probably not enjoy this as much as I would really want to. I downloaded the demo, played it, and thought it was pretty fun. It just felt nice to go fast through the beautiful forests and wonderful festival sites. But I never actually bought it. I never rented it. I just went on my merry way and picked up fighting games a lot more than anything else. I blame Jury and Cammy for that reason. Thank you, Street Fighter 4. I blanked out of racing games that weren't Mario Kart for what was about 7 years. I just stuck to what I knew best. Call of Duty, Halo, Far Cry, Saints Row, Tekken, Soul Calibur. And I never bought an Xbox One at launch for obvious reasons. I got a PS4 in 2014 like all of my friends did. I played games like Street Fighter V, which was dog shit on launch, and I have a running joke of $90 for an unfinished game hanging over my head from one of my roommates. Thank you a bunch, love ya. Then, just this year, since the coronavirus pandemic gave me $1,200 and I only needed half of that to survive, I bought an Xbox One X. It was only $300 and I was like, fuck it, I'll own it now, and it has back compat and that weird Game Pass thing. It'll be a good time, I don't see no issue with it. Once it arrived, I booted it up and started downloading some of my old favorites from the 360, and some new exclusives that I missed out on. Then I saw Forza Horizon 4. My brain remembered, oh yeah, that game has a LEGO expansion, and I'm a simp for LEGOs, and downloaded it. I didn't really know what to expect from it. I just assumed it was going to be more of the same that I played in that demo. And holy shit, did this game hit every spot it really needed to. It didn't feel like I had to know anything, like specs or car brands, what was good, what was bad. It just felt like I could jump in and just drive, go nuts, race around, try to win first place. And since I was in quarantine, I had spent plenty of hours in this game, to the point where I can add it to this very small list of games that I've actually beaten. The game had everything that I could have wanted. Beautiful vistas, wonderful cars, interesting tracks, customizable difficulty, user-created paint jobs, user-created paint jobs and races, and incredibly badass showcases where you try to outrun a fucking jet, trains, 4 dudes on bikes through a dirt hill, and a fucking hoverboat, which was the most ridiculous race I'd ever done. It had a Halo track where it was a Warthog run, which is like iconic for fucking Halo. And it made me giddy like a schoolgirl going through it and hearing all the lines from all the Marines and hearing Cortana comment on how the castles in England looked. It was absolutely amazing and took me completely off guard. I remember streaming the game once, and I was stuck on a race. Some very nice dude who was in my chat was super helpful and told me what I had to do to my car to just get that extra oomph to beat the race, get first place, and have that race completely done. That was my only interaction with the community, but I assume that they're all nice. I did not play much of the multiplayer, but I really should if they're all super nice, willing to help, no big deals whatsoever. My experience with Forza Horizon 4 made me feel something strange. I loved racing games again. It felt good to just play it and just feel everything I felt with Hot Pursuit 2. Just that childlike wonder of going through and just beating races, beating people. If only they had the cops, though. I would love to just get chased by a bunch of cops, but yeah, how that is. I then went back to play other racing games that I never really gave much of a chance, like Outrun and Burnout Paradise. It was just super enjoyable to just play racing games again. And for that, I want to thank the developers of Forza Horizon 4, which is Playground Games, for making this wonderful game that brought something back from me. And I look forward to the next Horizon Festival, where I'll gladly be the first one in line. And now I'm going to try to just improv an outro. So I hope you like this shit. It's not really what I would make because I'm not very good at writing or explaining my thoughts very well. I can't really write a whole essay about it. But I felt like I wanted to express my feelings about this game and kind of make something different from what I would usually make. So I hope you enjoyed it. And given the fact that it is still 2020 and everything is still a nightmare, I hope that you're staying safe, staying well, and I hope that you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you watch this. My name is Kudo. See you later.